Oh, yeah, I'm on. Hi, guys. So today I want to talk to you about Yesware, which is also one of our competitors. It is a very old-lasting company, and I have actually decided to review it because back in 2017, I guess, I was actually starting as a marketing manager of an email tracking tool, and back then Yesware was one of our main competitors, so I just remembered that and I wanted to review it now. So there you go, a little story here. So what I liked is in their reporting, they had the list of the recipients that are most engaged, that have most clicks or most views, most opens, and I think this is very cool because it gives you a perspective of whom again to reach out to the quickest. You might find it weird that I start with reporting. This is not a very logical flow, I would say, but this is how the experience was for me, and I decided to keep it. So sorry in advance if it's going to be a bit, out of place, a bit mishmash. And I also liked that they had this tab in the reporting with the most viewed content, like the most viewed email and the link that was most clicked and most viewed presentation. I think this is also cool because you can also see which content, which links and which presentations or other attachments that you send perform the best. Another thing that I really liked about it is the ability to link their Yesware calendar to Zoom. So basically, I'm gonna show you. I connected my Zoom account to their calendar meeting system, and every time I would have a meeting call scheduled, like the Zoom would open itself and the person could just join, so it was very handy. It was just eliminating a few tweaks, but I think this is a pretty cool thing to do. And so this is they generated my own calendar link, and well, they have done it pretty nicely. Okay. Yeah, so here in the templates, you can insert it, and I like that they promote what they have. So it's a big button that has insert meeting link. This is a good approach to it. So this is their templates view, and these two red ones, like their UI is terrible according to me. On my humble opinion, it's terrible. So I couldn't save it, and I was like, why can I not save it? Template name is there, subject line is there. Here, save in a folder. Yeah, save in a folder. But then it turned out that I actually have to select a folder, but this looked completely well to me, and this was so unintuitive. So yeah, a little complaint here. This one I also really liked. Well, the screenshot is a bit buggy, so I'm gonna show you as well in the settings. But basically, they could sync your calendar events, so your meetings that you have booked. They could sync it to Salesforce and Google Calendar events. So basically, they didn't go for an integration with like Calendly or Chili Pepper or something else, or even Google Calendar, but they give you an opportunity to sync the events from Yesware to Salesforce and to Google events. So this is pretty cool. Yeah, and here, that was. See, it's the same view, and here they have an little info bubble where they explain like where the calendar syncs and all. And here they have notes. I enabled this feature just for the hell of it, but I still don't know what it does. There is no explanation anywhere. Like, no idea, really, no idea. Like syncing notes from my events, but then I didn't see it happening. Well, I don't know. So this is bad. They have a feature, and I enabled it, and I don't even know if I can use it or how to do it. So yeah, very bad UI again. Yeah, and this So I'm also going to show you that here. So under settings, under global policies, was I able to find a list of things that I think they should be trying to advertise a little bit. So like right now it's all checked, but it wasn't. So basically enable campaigns, yeah, sure. So enable click to call in Salesforce. This is an ability to call leads that are present in Salesforce directly from Yesware. Enable LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Yeah, sure. Like, why does it have to be so hidden? For CRM Sync is just when you send an email. I'm going to show you. When you send an email here, it already suggests that this person is in Salesforce. So, for instance, it starts looking, and then it says that he's not in my Salesforce record. This is pretty handy. Force tracking, yes, that speaks for itself. And background sync is, for instance, I didn't synchronize it here. I didn't select anyone here. They would go, here. They would go back and go through my sent emails and make sure that the contacts that I emailed, if they are present in Salesforce, then it's synced, even if I manually didn't do it, forgot, or whatever. So it's a set of good features that they hid so well. Like really, I felt like, okay, let's say we have some good stuff here, but we hope that you will never find it. Yeah. And so, as I said, it was a bit jumpy, from reports to meetings to templates. And I was like, okay, so at what point do I start a campaign? Where do I just start a campaign? So this is where I logged in. This is my view. I looked long and hard for campaigns here, not here. Yeah, and not here, and certainly not here. So I was like, okay, how do I actually start some activity? And at the end, it turned out that it's only here that the campaigns are present. So I had to install this extension for my Gmail, and only then, I was able to make to create campaigns, which was also not communicated anywhere here, But okay. So yeah, where are the campaigns? Here they are. What I liked about their campaigns is that there is a possibility to import people from a list in Salesforce, which is very cool. Like, you can select recently viewed leads, for example, and that way they will just go all into your campaign just with a few clicks. Was pretty handy. And this is something that I remember very clearly from my support days. So when there are like 9 steps in the sequence, and they add different step delays, here 2 days, here 5 days, and then at the end they're like, so Liz, when is my email step 7 gonna send? And there I am, eliminating weekends and Labor Days and things like this to be able to give them a date. So I think that this would be very cool if actually while creating a sequence, besides the step delay, it will also show it will also show the date when that step was going to take place. And I know, I'm going to say right away, I know the problem with it. The problem with it that you add people different days, yes? So for instance, today there are 100 people when you started, and it says December 18th, and then you're going to add another 100 people on Thursday, and it's going to be a different date. I understand it, but at least when the sequence starts, so here there's an info bubble, and they say like, this is the date. If the sequence starts today, this would be the date. Yeah, if the sequence starts later for someone, then yes, well. I liked that they had this interaction with attachment. They have attachment views, and they even let you sort people by whether they viewed the attachment or not. And I think this is a good thing. Like, for instance, you have sent a presentation or a video or whatever, and then if you know that this person viewed it, that this group of people viewed it, you can then send a different follow-up, more crafted, like, I know you have checked this out, I'm sure my idea about, I don't know, sustainable energy came across to you, la la la. So this gives an opportunity for a whole different conversation than just the opened email, for example. And also, they had an opportunity to allow or not allow downloads. I think this can also be useful if you are dealing with some sensitive attachments or sensitive information, maybe contracts, maybe I don't know what. So you can just not allow to download it. I think it's pretty cool. And then you can ask the viewer to put in their name, and then you're going to be able to get more stats on how they interacted with this attachment. Oh, and here, Zhenya Limmer, if you're watching this, I think this is a very good idea to let a prospect either reschedule their next touch just for Liz, I want to step 2 to happen a bit later because she was out of office, for instance. Or actually, we have out of office handling, so maybe this is a bad example, but I don't know, because I don't have time for her yet. And also the skip next touch is a very, very necessary feature for us that we should do. I personally think so, because we have a multi-channel sequences now. We have LinkedIn, we have phone calls, SMS, and things like this. And in one sequence, there always will be a person who has the email but doesn't have the LinkedIn, and they want to make sure they skip the LinkedIn step, or they have they have LinkedIn but they don't have a phone number, so the SMS is not possible. So this opportunity to skip the next touch, if it's a touch that this contact cannot actually complete, is a very valuable option. So out of everything that Yesware had to offer, these two I would suggest the most for implementation. This is something that a lot of people like, and me as well. So you just get the live activity of what is going on with your sequence, who is opening it. I think this is very useful because, again, the quicker you act upon someone's interest, the bigger the chances that their interest will not fade away. So this is pretty cool to see it, to get notifications, to get this live activity feed and act upon it. And I also find it cool that they have the device on which it was opened. So, for instance, here we have that it was opened on mobile, and maybe if I was in SDR and I would see, this person opened my email on mobile, maybe I should just call them right now, or send them an SMS or WhatsApp message or something like this. So I can actually do it very quickly because I see that they have their phone in their hands. So this is a good idea. And also, if you can see, they actually helped me warm it up. So when I was just installed it, and I was using with it, they were like, "Oh, you can send your first email to us." That was very nice. So I could test out my template on this email address that they provided, just for me to play with. Yeah, and another thing that I find cool is a reminder. It's a bit old school. I know that this is no high tech, let's say, but this can be handy just to set a reminder and to be able to send that email later, or to get reminded of something else. So yep, the reminders I liked. And they have a similar thing, like we do, like a quality checker, and they have this reading time here listed. I think this is a very good idea, and I would add it to our email quality checker as well, because I even use it a lot. Like when I see an article and I know that I'm out to smoke for 5 minutes, am I gonna be able to finish it in 5 minutes? Yes. So then I start reading it. So this is very cool, I guess, to be able to predict the reading time of your own email. Okay, this must be shown. This must be shown. So I have found a curious option for myself. It's a drop-down variable, if I understand it correctly. So it's like here. So it was insert merge field, and it was drop-down field, and I just selected, yeah, here I just put in bear and panda and koala. So I thought that when I saw it, I thought it was something very interesting, because people are more likely to click on something than to reply. So if you would, for instance, create a drop-down like, I don't know, how much do you want to earn from your website in a month, la la la, and then the people click something, and then you can reply based on what they click, or you can make analytics based on what they click. So my imagination starts working in this direction, and then I'm just going to show you how awful how awful this was actually done. So I was well, to myself, to my work email. So I select templates. I selected this template, and I thought that, and this is how I thought it's gonna look like. So the drop down, and I'm able to select something. Yeah. So this is how I thought it's gonna be. Insert template, and I sent it, and look how terribly it turned out. Just like this, without any drop down, without anything. They didn't even try to stop me from sending this nonsense. So yes, so this is an interesting idea in theory, but they didn't implement it anyhow whatsoever. Well, it's just terrible. Yeah, and last thing, really, this is my 10th competitor overview, and this is the first time I actually looked up documentation, because for the life of me, I was not able to carry out a manual task. So if we go, no, not here, sorry. We go to campaigns here, and for instance, this one. I have a sequence, a front call due today, and I don't know how to carry it out. I don't know how to, how to act upon it. There is no way to do so from anywhere, and I have looked everywhere, and yes, this is something that is due now, and here I found that there should be this sidebar. I was never able to find it, this sidebar, and the same for the other campaign that I had. I had a campaign with a manual email. So I received an automatic email, and now it was time for the manual email, and for the life of me, I was not able to find how to do it. This is crazy. And then yes, and then in this there was some sidebar, and I have spent a lot of time in trying to figure out how to get not this horizontal bar, but here a sidebar, and I was not able to do so. I went to the Chrome store. I was looking for this sidebar and how to implement it, and I was not able to do so. And in the end, I said, okay, I did more effort than any customer would ever do, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. And just imagine how crazy it is. Sorry, it really annoyed me. So I'm talking here for 20 minutes already. But it really annoyed me that they have so they have this platform kind of thing here. They have this horizontal thing here, and then I also have to look for another sidebar to execute my tasks. And I honestly think that that's a bit too many different places to use one product. Okay, I'm done complaining. Now a little bit about the users and what they like. Actually, there were very many reviews. There were over 500 reviews, and I have tried to read most of it. So what they liked is the calendar, the email tracking, that notifications, and activity. Performance tracking, I mean by this that they have reports, like you can see how each email is doing, and you can see here how each contact, how many emails they received. So it's very detailed here, and then by recipient you can see very detail as well on the links. I don't think if I sent much links. You can see the templates, how they're being used and opened, and then you can see the campaigns as a whole. So they have a nice breakdown of things here, and yeah, and that's something people like. A lot of people like their own templates, and they said that they used it and they have turned out effective. And while a lot of people are very much enjoying this Gmail to Salesforce connection, because it helps to log communication, and it works not only with accounts and leads and so on, but also with different custom objects that you can create in your Salesforce account. And to me, subjectively, I hated Yesware. It is so incredibly boring. The design is just awful. Dominique is really god of design compared to everything they have to offer here. Like, I want to show you how terrible it is. For instance, I create a new campaign, and here the add next touch button is as big as a button here to complete the email. So with a template or meeting or whatever. So I was like, okay, this pale blue thing here I can barely see is to add next touch. So I was thinking, why do people like it? I couldn't get that, and here I was trying to understand the psycho picture of their user, and this comment right here, this review right here, made it all clear for me. So this person here wants 3 things: notification, templates, and location stamps for email openings. So actually, the profile of their customer is just people who don't want much. This is all that the person wanted. And when we talk about our users, they want to be able to set priorities for tasks in this and that way, and to sync to Salesforce some complicated things and recordings of the calls and things like this. And here, a person wanted 3 things. So my overall view of their customers is that they really are very not much demanding, and they want a very basic thing. So this is my little conclusion about their users. And what they disliked is user experience, which I agree fully. High bounce rate was also one of the things that were mentioned. And also, like, they didn't have own interface, so they have this thing here, but it is, well, pretty much useless, because everything that is here, most of the things that are here, are also in this horizontal sidebar here. And it gets very clunky if you want to work in your email account without the Yesware. Like here, this person said the Yesware action buttons are all over my email screen. Another typical complaint was that the HTML edited emails are not parsed well, so they come out funky with all kinds of letters jumping around. And yeah, this would be a very cool one, but I'm not sure it's even a possible thing to do. So it's and the person here complained about inability to track specific user views when it's an email sent to a group of people, or if it's an email that was forwarded. This was a very interesting idea, but again, as far as I remember how those tracking pixels work, it's impossible to identify who viewed them. So yeah, but the idea is cool. And another thing that they disliked is that there was no possibility to export the templates. Yeah, so that is pretty much it. Out of all tools that I have reviewed, I liked Yesware the least, but yet there were some interesting points that I have mentioned, and I hope that this was interesting for you to listen to. Thanks for your attention.